In this video, I'm going to talk about a topic called net present value and show how it can be viewed as a form of a opportunity cost. Suppose we have a business decision where something will cost $1,000 today, and 10 years down the road we expect that thing to be valued at $1,800. Now, certainly it will be more valuable in the future, and spending $1,000 today will turn into $1,800 in 10 years. But that alone does not make this a profitable investment, because we have to think about the opportunity cost of that $1,000. And you might remember that the opportunity cost is the value of the next best alternative. And we're going to assume that the next best alternative to buying that thing today for $1,000 is putting the $1,000 in some other savings account that'll earn you, without risk, an interest rate of 5%. We know that if we buy that something today and wait until 10 years when it's worth more, that we will have made in that 10-year period a profit of $800. Our wealth goes up by $800. But instead of buying that thing and holding on to it for 10 years and then reselling it, suppose we take that $1,000 that we would have spent on that something and we just invest that $1,000. And we invest it at the risk-free rate of 5% of 10 years. How much money would we have at the end of that 10 years? You might remember from a previous video that the future value of such an investment equals the present value of $1,000 times 1 plus the interest rate of 5% raised to the number of years it will be invested. And this equals $1,628 and let's say 90 cents. So we could buy that something, whatever it is, and after 10 years we would have $1,800, and the opportunity cost is only $1,628. So what that means is that the benefit of this investment is greater than the opportunity cost, and thus we should buy it. It is profitable. Let me give you a slightly different way of looking at this problem. We say this investment is profitable if the future value, its value in 10 years, is greater than the opportunity cost. And in our case it was profitable because $1,800 was greater than this expression. Well, maybe we want to ask, how expensive does this investment have to be before it's no longer profitable? In our case, when we could buy the investment at $1,000, it was profitable. But what if it was instead $1,100 or $1,200 to buy? What we want to do now is ask, at what price is the investment no longer profitable? I'm going to go back up to my expression here, and I'm going to change this greater than to an equal sign, and I'm going to change this $1,000 to the short acronym present value. So now what we're going to do is we're going to solve for PV. We're going to ask, what does the present value or the present cost of that investment have to be until the opportunity cost equals the future value of that investment? And whatever that present value is, that's the maximum price you would ever want to pay for the investment. And to solve this, all we're going to do is say just use simple algebra. And you get present value is 1,105 and 4 cents. And this calculation is what we call a net present value calculation. And what the number means, what it tells us, is that we would never want to pay more than $1,105.04 for this investment. If we did pay more than that, then the benefits that we get would be less than the opportunity cost, which means buying that investment actually lost us money compared to what we would have done if we didn't buy the investment. In this little nifty formula, present value equals the future value times 1 plus R being the interest rate raised to the negative t being the number of years. And this present value formula tells us what the value of money in the future is worth today. For instance, that $1,800 in 10 years is worth $1,105.04 today. We took that value, money in the future, $1,800 in 10 years, and we say, well, how much is that worth today? It's worth $1,105.04. And why is money in the future worth less than money today? Because you could always invest money today and let it earn interest over time.